Alright, press the button. Press the button.
Oh, your pony's on fire.
Alright, so from that last clip you can see we burnt down the pony. So the reason we burnt this down is because I really didn't like it. It didn't come out like it wanted to. Whenever I designed this, I drew it out on pixel art years and years ago, but it was never even fully completed. Like, it was supposed to have wings and stuff on it, and I just didn't like it. It didn't come out good. So on the note of cleaning up the land and everything, if I head over here real quick, these two buildings here, so this building here was my brother's and this one right here was my cousin's. They was built a really long time ago whenever I first started this world. They're not really finished, like they're not furnished or anything and there's not much in them. They're kind of just shells of houses that they never got on and finished. Should I tear these down or should I just leave them? I kind of want to leave them just because they've been here for so long. But I kind of want to tear them down because it'll make this area look so much better. Because these two houses don't look that great. If I took them out, I could decorate all this land over here and make this whole area look a lot better. But I kind of want to leave them. So let me know down below what you think, if I should leave them just because they've been here for so long and it's where the world first started, or should I go ahead and take them out and then make it look better. Because I kind of want to leave this island how it is, just so I can come back to it and be like, yeah, this is where it started, and then out in the new lands is where I build the newer, bigger, better builds. I'm not really sure which one I want to do yet, if I want to keep it the same or update it. So what do y'all think down below? We're going to be working on the item sorter, so I'm going to go ahead and head over there. Alright, so over here at the item sorter, there's a lot that needs to get done. What I want to try to do for this episode is get all these up and running. It's going to take a lot of materials though. It's going to take thousands of chests. We got most of them already there, but we still got a long ways to go. Like this section here, we barely got any done on this, and then we still have to build the whole module all the way back on each side. And also we got to push all these back all the way to the back end over there. And over here, I got to put in all the end caps. So the end caps go on every end so the items can go through the whole system. I got that one over there finished in last episode. So I just got to build the other ones to get them all finished and all linked together and everything. And then once the whole top area is done, then we can start working on down there. So down here, we got to dig it out a lot. And I want to put some shulker loaders and stuff down there. And this is also where it's going to link all these together to link all the modules together. So the loot will go from this one, drop down here, and then go to this one, and just go around the whole system. So hopefully we can get most of this done. I'm gonna go ahead and jump into a time lapse and see how much of this so we can get done. Alright, so quick cut in the time lapse real quick. As I was working on this over here, I've noticed that some of these chests aren't loading, and I don't really know what to do about it. Now these chests over here, they're there, but they're just not loading in. I think the sorter's getting too big where it's starting to cause problems and glitch the game out and everything. Because there is a lot of chests in one area. I'm not sure if that's the case or if it just something messed up in the files and it just decided to glitch. So I'm not sure if I should be really concerned about it. But if I try to open up any of these invisible chests right here, it will crash my game over and over. I've done it 3 times in a row just testing it. I made a copy before I did that, so if it did corrupt my file, I can still have a backup. But it does crash my game every time I try to open this, so I can't open it. And as you can see, they are there, because you can see the block outline. The only thing that I found that can fix it, the top layer is doing it too right there. As you can see, it stops right there. But what I found that can fix it, it does let me mine up the chests and then replace them, and it seems to work. But I'm not really sure why it did it in the first place. So hopefully it doesn't do this in the future. So it's been over a week now. I've been pushing this episode back farther and farther just because I wanted to try to get this whole sorting system done and finished with. Get it up and running and everything. I couldn't quite make it, but we're almost there. So I'm going to go ahead and go over what we did get done. Now, the main problems that we're running into is this takes thousands of chests and stuff, so it takes a lot of wood. So we're having to stop a lot just to farm a bunch of wood, farm a bunch of redstone, and even quartz. So the quartz and everything, what we're doing is we're trading these guys still, and they're kind of slow. So, every time we trade them, we get it about a stack and a half from these guys right here, which really doesn't go a long ways whenever you have this much quartz. So we're just slowly adding up our quartz and getting there. The whole top of the farm is done now. It's not all linked together, so I can't really show it working yet, but the whole top is done. So if we go down to the middle, as you've seen from the time lapses and everything, I changed up the middle a lot, and I had to redesign this whole middle section with these tubes that come out right here. Instead of the loot dropping right there, I extended them out a little bit so they can drop here. That way they can stay in line with these and it'll just look a lot nicer whenever it's done. But all these sorters up here are done. So there is over 1,300 sorters up here, and there's going to be another like 100 down there. So we're going to have plenty of sorters for every item. And you can see I got all the end caps put in and everything else. If I fly up here, you can see how ugly this looks with just the sorter in. You can see right here where I started putting in some walkways and stuff and designing the top a little bit, which we need a lot more quartz to do all that, but we'll get into that in a later episode. So if we hop down here, this part here is going to be the center point, and these are the bulk storage areas that I was talking about before. So after the items go through each module, like whenever they go through this section here, they get shot up through this to get into this section, and then they drop down these tubes. So once the items drop down the tubes, then they'll go into the next one. They'll get shot up this one, go through that one, and then drop down. They'll go through all the top ones up there first, and then they'll go through these ones down here. So these ones are bulk storage, and then in the back wall we'll have like overflow and stuff like that. Just random chests for all the non-stackables and anything we can get down here. Now this area down here is not fully dug out yet, so we got to dig out 20 more that way and 20 more that way. As you can tell, we only have 2 of the sides dug out, so we got to dig out the other 2. So we got quite a bit more work to do to get this item sorter up and running. This is where you throw your items in, and then whenever you throw your items in, it gets into the system and gets sorted and everything. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the item sorter for now. The whole top's done, so I'm just glad we got all this done, like all the redstone in. The only thing we still have to do is lock all the hoppers. So all these hoppers, we have to put items in it so they lock, and then eventually put all the items that we want sorted in them. So with the top part of this done, I'm going to take a break from this a little bit, and I'm going to go ahead and go work on the dragon over there. So let's go ahead and head to the dragon. Alright, I'm over here at the dragon, but I forgot my bed, so we kind of just got to deal with the night for a bit. Hopefully too many mobs doesn't attack me. But basically what I want to do with the dragon, I want to work on the land a bit. I was going to cover this whole thing in blackstone, and then, decorate it and stuff like that, but I'm not really liking that. I think it's just too much. So I have some ideas of what I want to do. Hopefully it turns out good, but I'm not really sure. So I'm going to go ahead and start clearing some of this land and breaking this up some. Because I want these sections here to be like in chunks and stuff. So it looks like it's all cracked and broken and stuff. And he's standing on this land that's all cracked and broken. So I'm going to go ahead and throw on another time lapse and start breaking up this land and see how much of this I can get done. So from the time lapse you can see I just sort of started blowing stuff up. Now I know it looks like a mess right now, it looks horrible right now, but the plans that I got for it is going to make this place look a lot better. I gotta straighten up this little chunk here, and there's a lot to fill in and a lot more to dig out. Basically what I'm trying to do right now is get a rough picture of how I want it. Every bit of this needs to get dug down this deep. So I do have a lot of land to clear all the way around, like all this needs to get dug out deeper. And I need to make the tracks for the back half over there. So there is a lot more that I need to dig and a lot more work to do. And I started mapping out the way I want the entrance to be built. So I want the entrance over here to have like a stairway going up like this. I'm not sure if I want it this high though, I might make it a little bit lower. But I want this area to come up and there's going to be a gate on both sides like that. But I kind of think this is too high, so I'm probably going to have to tear this one down and make one a little bit lower. Probably about half, about right there. I'm not really going to work on this too much until after we get the item sorter done, because the item sorter is the main focus right now. So once we get that done, then we'll come over here and start working on this project a lot more. We'll mainly be working on this project in 2021, so after New Year's and everything, this will be our main project. So that's pretty much it. It's just a quick update of everything that I've been doing over here at the Dragon and how I kind of want the land. Now these areas here, they're not really shaped right, so I still have to reshape them and get rid of all this. And the whole back half, I haven't touched any of that, you know, drain all the water that's still around and everything else. So there's a lot that still needs to go over here. I'm going to go ahead and end this one off here. Hopefully in the next episode I can have the item sorter up and running and everything working on that. So I hope you enjoyed the updates. If you want to see more updates, make sure to hit that sub button and hit that like button. And yeah guys, thanks for watching. Have a good one, and peace out.